This show is sponsored by BetterHelp Online Therapy. You are your greatest asset. It's time you started investing in that. Visit betterhelp.com/double toasted and take care of you.
I can explain.
It's not what you think. You see.
This sheep is kind of a slut. I wouldn't necessarily say this is my baby.
That could be anybody's. And folks, before we start this review, I need to let you know that this review is sponsored by HBO Max. Now, this is the easiest promo that I've ever had to do.
Sure.
I mean, it's HBO Max. What the hell am I supposed to say?
It sells itself.
Everybody got HBO Max. I've had HBO Max for years. So you know I'm not lying when I'm telling you about HBO Max and how cool it is. In addition to over 13 hours of great series and blockbuster films, they got so many other things coming out. I should have had this up already, but I know they gonna want me to show you this.
Of the streaming platforms, it's probably my favorite.
They got all the movies that are going to the theater. They're coming down to space. No, they're coming down to the HBO Max.
There's something awakening in my mind. I can't control it.
Yeah, you know, they got those movies that are going to the theater, the blockbusters that are going to HBO Max same day. Dune is one of those. Yeah, in addition to that, you get all the exclusive shows. Some shows I'm getting into, like Insecure. They have the Adult Swim stuff.
I know. I get excited every time I turn on, and there's a whole brand new list of shows from Adult Swim and Cartoon Network.
And my wife is just loving all that Miyazaki out there. Yeah, she's loving the Miyazaki library that they have there. Like, I'm not lying. There was a time when I was coming home and we were watching a Miyazaki movie every night. HBO Max has something for everybody, all in one place. Plus, you can download some titles and watch them on your devices to go. Like I said, man, if you ain't got HBO Max, well, this is the perfect time to get it and support us too. Go to HBOM.ax/double toasted. Again, that is not HBO Max, that's HBOM.ax/double toasted. That's DOUBLETOASTED, double toasted. And start streaming on all of your favorite devices today with your new favorite streaming platform, HBO Max. I want to thank them for their support and for sponsoring this video right here, and also always thanking you out there for your support. This is what people are calling. People are calling this the Sheep Human Hybrid Movie Event of the Year.
Huh? Wasn't that Sweet Tooth?
No, it was Sweet Tooth. We got a new hybrid out here.
Okay.
Yeah, people.
That cat's like, for real.
That cat was first in line to see this movie right here. People looking at this, and we're talking about Lamb, and people are like, did A24, did they really make a movie about a man who sexed up a sheep and fathered a love child? A24, you've gone too goddamn far this time. Now that's enough. We've let you get away with a lot of weird things, but that is enough. A24 is like, nah, man.
This is just the beginning.
This is just, hey, you see this as something disgusting. That's on you. Nah, baby, this is art. You know, this is you're looking at the wrong way.
Midsummer 2.
That sheep is the new queen of Midsummer. The metaphor here, this is a story about how man literally over nature.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Now, where do we lie with this? Because there are people out there who've gone to see the movie. They say, "Oh my God, A24, you've done it again." Oh, And then you have those people out there saying, I will not support things such as bestiality. I will not be there for that. This movie is against nature and God. Let's go ahead and let's watch the trailer. You've seen it before, but you know you want to see it again.
I do.
Yeah.
Martin said, that's all I want to see. Because Martin, this movie is so crazy. Martin said, no, I can't do this. A24, you've done a lot of things, and I've been with you for it on that, but this is where I draw the line.
Not what I said.
I will not be a part of this shit.
No.
Enough is too much.
But of course, crazy ass Gert is like, I'm all in.
Yeah, I saw it the first day.
So first day. And, well, you know, I've been looking forward to this. I love crazy shit, so. But I don't know, hey, but I'll be honest with you. Hey, you know, if I don't think it's good, I'll let you know. And if I feel like it's brilliant, then I will be sure, I will be proud to let you know. Let's look at the trailer for the long-awaited Lamb. And we'll be back with our review. It's like, stop that. That's about as cheap as you can get.
Yeah, that's for me to do.
I know.
I can explain.
It's not what you think. You see.
This sheep is kind of a slut. I wouldn't necessarily say this is my baby.
That could be anybody's.
It's like, motherfucker, ain't that a bitch? She gets the bed.
That cat is like, really, I'm gonna keep this shit up.
Oh, that's the problem.
There's a lot of great looks. Like, I know you just say that.
Yeah.
He's like, I want to beat your ass right now. All I can say is another fine A24 what the fuck production.
Yup.
You might not like it, you might not understand it, you might be bored with it, but they say you are guaranteed, if nothing else, to have at least one what the fuck in this movie. Mm-hmm. You will say it out loud at least once.
That's the A24 brand.
Yeah.
This is why I love A24, man, because they they truly are about the art, man. Mm-hmm. You know, they make movies. That's what I love about A24. I can't wait to hear your opinion on this, because I don't even know if he agrees with me on this. But A24, they make movies that would get your ass beat by other studios if you brought that to them.
Sure.
Yeah.
No, they would kick you out, but before that, they would tell security to beat the fuck out of you for bringing that in. Try taking this shit over to Warner Brothers. Them brothers would beat the shit out of you.
Yeah, you probably get the Axel Foley treatment.
Yeah, they'll throw you. They'll take your ass 10 stories up. Get your ass out here bringing that shit in here. Who do you think we are? They got movies about bestiality, but is that what we have here? Because they like to mess with your head. These you know, A24 these trailers.
Yeah,
they like to mislead you into things. I'm not going to tell you anything about this movie as far as going too deep into detail, giving you potential spoilers here. But I will say the reason why, because I'm talking about how other studios would not touch this, and it has nothing to do with the subject matter. It's because they don't know what to do with it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They wouldn't know how to make money with this. A24 is a brand that already knows how to put it out there, and they make money off of crazy motherfuckers like you and me.
Yes, exactly. A24 has sold movies like this, so they're known for doing that. Just things that are so weird when you watch the trailer, like, what the hell did I just watch? When you see that A24 logo, you know it's like, okay, I'm going to see something weird. If you saw like a Warner Brothers or Universal logo, and you saw this trailer, you'd be like, what in the hell?
Yeah,
that looks stupid. I'm not watching that.
It really, it changes how you perceive the things that they release.
Yeah. Don't even go near the parking lot with something like this in midsummer.
We only do this every 90 years.
Those usually the executives looking at the what the they, A24, they make movies that throw people off because they defy convention. They defy format. And Lamb defies it does that, and it defies category, and it defies genre. They describe this as a horror movie. I think you can definitely pitch it that way. Mm-hmm. The premise sounds horrifying. Parents, they take in a half sheep, half human girl until things go horribly wrong. Now that sounds like a horror movie, if nothing else, right? Surely that sounds like a horrifying picture.
Even has the word horror in it.
But that's not how things play out. This is more of a drama.
That's what I heard.
Even the ending, which they say is like that seals the deal on this being a horror movie. I didn't even say it like that. It's more like a Grimm's fairy tale conclusion.
Yeah.
It's very folktale-ish.
Read that too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's not traditional horror, if you want to call it horror at all. So who is this for then? It's probably easy to say who is not for.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll give you the usual answer. This is not for people out there if you're a mainstream person. If you get mad when movies seem confusing, they don't give you straight answers. They don't walk in when you don't walk out with everything tied up very nicely for you. You don't like things that move at a slow pace. With all of the above, this is definitely not for you. You know who you are, and there's no problem with that. No problem with that at all. A lot of the anticipation movie centers on how people react to this sheep baby. Yeah. Now, again, without being able to spoil too much in the movie, you have Noomi Rapace, who plays Marie, and then her husband, whose name, the actor's name, I'm not going to even try to say. Have you tried to say the actor's name?
No, I have not. The character's name, I think, is Ingvar.
Yeah. The actor has one of those names where it's like two letters melded together with symbols you ain't ever seen before on top of it.
Yeah, two dots over the vowels.
With a goddamn woolen elf at the end and shit. It's like, I'm not going to try to say his name, but they both, there's something going on with them. Small tension, but when one of the sheep ends up having a baby, and that baby ends up having half sheep, half human features, they take it in as one of their own. Now, the thing is that, when I say depends on how people are going to feel about how they react to this what people think this monstrosity, because everyone's expecting when they see this sheep baby to be like, shit, and they don't.
They just roll with it.
They don't do that. I mean, and you should expect that because everybody is expecting a movie where hubby went in there and the sheep, and this is what they got. And if you're looking for the sheep fucking mutant baby movie, this is not it. All right,
no,
this is not it at all.
Yeah, they don't. The way they treat the sheep baby, they don't treat it like a traditional horror monster. So if you're expecting that, this ain't it.
Yeah. And I would not look. If no one blames you for going in and like I told you, this is a what the movie, and you look at it for a while, you're gonna get what the fuck. But nobody in that movie is like that. Hey, this is A24, baby.
We've done weirder than
weird.
This.
Yeah, weird is normal here.
Yeah, you knew what this was.
Yeah. Yeah, we got a sheep human baby. You expect us to lose our shit? No, it's almost comedic the way they react.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
because this trailer is misleading, man. Because the father looks the father / husband looks guilty as fuck, right?
Yeah.
But nah, man, I will tell you this just to set the expectations. They look at each other after that baby's born, and you're thinking, well, shit, this is awkward. Because I was in the mood like, oh shit.
Dude, you're busted.
Yeah, is there something you want to tell us right now? And they're like, you know what? Cool. They wrap the baby up, pull out an old crib, put the baby in there, give it some milk, and go about their day.
Okay.
I mean, people don't even react to real human childbirth like this.
Right,
Everybody celebrates, so they're like, "Oh my God, it's a baby." They're not like, "All right, cool. We got a mutant ass sheep baby." All right, cool.
We're on this isolated farm. Shit happens.
Yeah.
They pretty much look at each other and just kind of shrug. Because they do have that initial of like, what the heck is this? And that lasts maybe 10 seconds. And after that, it's like, well, we got to take care of it.
Yeah. It's like when you get you ever got a package that you didn't expect and you open it up and you're like, well, I'm going to keep this anyway.
Yeah.
That's what it's like. They got the wrong Amazon package and they're like, cool.
I didn't order a blender, but it needs a good home.
Even the brother comes in and that little baby comes in walking with some shoes on and shit, the brother's kind of like, all right, cool. What's for dinner? But that mother goes to sleep and wakes up the next day and looks at his brother and says, what the f*** y'all doing?
Exactly. Yeah. Because at first, he has this look on his face where he's just like, I don't want to say anything, but there's so much I want to say.
It's funny because the brother, there's something going on with him. Then and the movie puts out a lot of things for interpretation because there's some things we don't know what's going on with the brother. But the brother, it's almost like Keith shut the f*** up because he needed a place to stay.
Yes.
He needed some food. You know, he had nowhere to
He
go.
loves mutton.
Yeah. And he's like, you know what? This is f***ed up, but let me be quiet because I ain't got nowhere else to go.
But then he does have that point, like you said, where he's like, enough is too much. What is, what the hell?
He's like, look, I know y'all took me in. I should be quiet, but y'all know that's f***ed up, man. You don't expect me to sit up here and just
And say
hold
nothing.
my tongue, right?
Yeah.
The most realistic reaction is from that damn cat.
Yeah. This movie does a really good job with reaction shots from animals. There's a lot of that where, and it's not just like, it's not played as a gag, though at some points it is funny, but there are moments with animals where I think it's just in the context of which they show them, you read a lot of emotion into them, even though they're not anthropomorphized or anything like that. It's just the context of where they're showing them and how long they show them. And they do it with the cat, they do it with the dog, they do it with sheep.
Yeah,
and it's really impressive to watch.
This situation with this lamb baby, this sheep human baby, it's so not a big deal that the movie moves very slow.
Yeah.
And you feel it at first until it feels like the movie starts to come together and you understand why. And the reason why, and I'd like to hear your reason for this, the reason why I think the very slow pace worked for me is because it's effective. It normalizes the situation, man.
Yeah.
You know, it's not an exploitation B movie where it's all about, you know, this freak.
Right.
And constantly pointing fingers at it. The government's coming for it, you know.
There's not that scene in like E.T. where people like kick down the door and try to take it away.
Yeah, there's no Disney villain who's a hunter from across the way coming. I gotta have this prize trophy on my wall.
Right. Wearing a sweater. Put in a goofy pose.
It's nothing like that, man. It's the child's name is Ada, and this whole thing with Ada, you know, it feels like a real child after a while. Like you really feel like the family. Like it just happens to be a kid with a sheep's head.
Okay.
Yeah.
The movie moves slow, and the emphasis is watching them just do mundane, ordinary things, which no one wants to go to a movie to watch people do ordinary, mundane shit unless there's a human sheep mutant baby in there. And then all of a sudden it takes a whole different context and it just acclimates you into this whole thing with this baby, this sheep mutant baby. They do things like watching TV, reading bedtime stories, hanging out in the field together, having dinner,
going fishing,
and that's what this movie spends a lot of time showing you, except that it has this sheep baby in there.
I would say it's a horror movie, but it's not a slasher movie or anything like that, because you can feel it as you're watching. It's like, this is not going to end well at all. There's a lot of lingering shots. The way the film is colored and just the overall tone, even though they're doing these family activities, you're just like, man, this something awful is on the verge of happening.
Yep.
But you don't know what it is, so you're very tense, or at least I was.
No, I got it written right here. The pacing also creates a sense of dread.
Yep.
And the dread came from me because I was worried for little Ada, man.
Yes.
Sure. Yeah.
Cause look, I'm just gonna tell you, I love her.
Yeah.
I do, man. I love.
You want one?
I love her to death, man. She's cute as man.
Yeah.
It's a cool effect.
Yeah. It looks real.
Yeah, it's not now. Sometimes there's just a moment here and there where in the movie, the effect early on it looks kind of weird because it looks like those Muppets with real hands and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it looks like Swedish Chef. Because it's all the shoulders are kind of disproportionate, and the hand is coming in and looking weird. But it seemed like after a while, they actually have it pulled together to where when she gets a little older,
Yes.
yeah, it's a cool effect, and it's like the Swedish Chef is way creepier than this thing is to me. That's the shit Nightmares is made out of. You know?
Yeah.
That little sheep baby though, once she gets older and starts walking around, what makes it so cute is that she's adorable because they show man, this director knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
They show a lot of snuggling.
Yeah.
They show a lot of sleeping. They show a lot of them sitting together and just doing things, loving things that parents do with their kids.
Yeah.
And then, as I said, when she gets a little bit older, she's actually a good kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she got one little hoof and another little hand, and she's just setting the table for Daddy when he comes in.
Yeah. He's like, can you turn off the radio? And you just kind of hear, the sound design's really good too, because you don't see it, but you just hear this little, and the radio shuts off, and it's just like, it's just like, yeah, you really do grow to care for this thing. You really relate to, like, I related to the brother initially, because when you first see it, you're like, what the hell? But there comes a point where everyone's like, she's a good kid.
She's a good kid. She really is. They'll ask her to do things, and that little sheep head, she'd be like, uh-huh. And it's like, oh, man, my little heart, my heart was just melting for her.
And they do a really good job with the sound mixing, because, like, they'll do mixes of what sound like little children noises and little sheep noises, and they will go back and forth. And it works. It sells the illusion really well.
And I was so scared some Area 51 shit was about to happen, or she was gonna end up on a plate with potatoes and asparagus and shit,
Well, that image you keep showing right there doesn't look good.
No, that part of the trailer like scared the. I was watching the movie just again. I didn't find it so much a horror movie for me because I was never scared. I was never afraid of the situation. I was only afraid that the world would discover Ada, however they say her name, and that they would hurt her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The brother comes in, and there's a little wackiness going on, man. It's like secrets are kept.
Yep.
Like the brothers, obviously, people hate this guy for some reason. We don't really know.
Oh, that's why. Yeah, gotta hide
you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know why, and I won't say anything, but people just don't like this guy. And he comes in, it's like there's more human drama going on with them than with this kid.
Yeah.
It's like this kid is just another kid in the background. It's like, it's almost like the movie saying, so what?
Yeah.
we got a kid, we got a mutant lamb baby. What's your problem?
Yeah.
It really is like everything about it. You keep everything just straight, play it straight, and then you just change one thing. And in this case, that one thing is, let the kids have sheep. Why not? Because there's way more tension between the two brothers and Maria. Like they are a big source of tension, much more so than the sheep. And you are concerned about the well-being of Ada, the sheep child. You're like, man, if this all goes sideways, it's gonna really suck for this sheep kid.
You want to yell at the family, get your shit together for Ada.
Look how cute she is.
Do it for the child. This is not a good environment for this child to be raised in. Was my concern with this. The biggest drama that comes over with Ada is the mom.
Yeah.
The mom ain't letting that go.
Oh,
that
okay.
mom is out there all day, every day. The real sheep mom.
Yeah, the biological mother.
Yeah, she's out there every day. Hey, where my baby?
And she gives again like
A great performance.
Great performance. These animals, these shots of these animals where you feel bad for her. Like there are points where this sheep looks really sad.
Yeah, she's out there all day. This is not right.
Yeah, just outside the house, just bowing out the window
and
for
it has
hours.
Yep, and that is more. This is probably one of the more heartbreaking parts of the story.
Yes,
actually,
it is. It's the saddest part for sure.
But the film is gorgeous, man. I mean, we're talking about how they, the slow the movie is. I mean, it gives you a lot to look at too. These Icelandic mountainscapes, in this farmland, so big and barren that it fits also the slow pace of the movie because everything makes you feel like it's so isolated.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. The ending is what is going to break people, man. I'm talking all this shit, and it's still gonna come down to how you feel about the ending. And I can't say anything about the ending.
I know.
But I did say, and just to let you know, a little bit of a spoiler on my part, I liked the movie, all right? And when that ending came up, I still said, what the f?
Yeah.
And I was by myself.
Yep. To their credit, they foreshadow it, but you are still not prepared.
You were not prepared for it, man. When you see that image, it's like,
exactly. When you see the image, they knew what they were doing. Because it's like they foreshadow it really well. But when you see it, you're like, okay.
This is where people not gonna like it. Because I told y'all, I'm the kind of person when I see something and I don't understand it, my first reaction is not, man, this. I don't get this. My thing is, I go home and I'm like, okay, how can this be interpreted?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's exactly what I did, and they did have interpretations for it. Now, it's not going to help that the director says, I've seen this 3 times already, and I don't know what the fuck is going on. But he says it's based on a dream, and if I had anything to say about it, it leans along these lines, and it does make sense.
It does. I will say I don't want to spoil it. They offer an explanation, and they do so actually very early in the movie, an explanation for the image that we see. Mm-hmm. And because of that, I rolled with it, even though I was like, this is bizarre. But I'm not gonna,
that's you saying it.
Yeah, I'm not going to sit here and pretend like it's not weird. It is.
It's for me, because again, people are saying that now the end of it seals the horror movie deal, but it's open for interpretation for a lot of people, different reactions, and people have different reactions. But it's more sad and scary to me because it does say, this movie that we're watching, this is not reality. This is another world. Mm-hmm. This is a world all its own. Uh-huh. It's a fantasy.
Yeah.
And also, it's just a heart-wrenching scene at the end, man.
It is. It's tragic at the end. I wish we could spoil it.
I know the chat wants us to spoil it.
No, don't.
I'm not going to.
But
no,
you got to see.
I like this movie a lot. If it was a stupid ending,
exactly,
I would spoil it for you. But no one needs to hear this. You want to see it on your own.
Yeah,
because that shit was crazy.
So
okay,
you like the ending?
I love the ending.
I do too. Okay,
because it's a. Again, it's a Grimm's fairy tale message about man and nature.
Yeah.
Okay.
And and it might be pretentious for some people, but I love the ending. And like I said, because for them pitching this as a horror movie, I was not scared for anything except for the safety of Ada. But it did not scare me. In fact, I was really heartbroken near the end. Mm-hmm. I was like, oh man, I didn't walk out in fear. I didn't walk out freaked out. I was like, wow, that's really sad, man.
Yeah.
And that's a good thing.
Okay.
Yeah, but I really like this movie, man. I'm giving this a very high matinee because there's some minutes that could be shaved off of this.
I agree. I like that it's deliberately paced. Even so, I think you could shave a good 10, 15 minutes off of this, and the movie would be tighter and still have that pacing.
It really wants you to soak up the beautiful imagery. So we spent a lot of time just looking at, some Bob Ross landscapes and shit. And it's like, all right, we can cut that down a little bit because there's a lot of gorgeous shots in here that gave us the point. And that's something that really do not feel like a movie can just be more effective if it was tighter. Because this is something where, I heard somebody say it should be a short film. I don't think so.
I disagree with that.
I don't know. The slow pace serves this movie. So I'm giving this a really high matinee. I actually like this movie a lot. Shit, by the time I'm done thinking about it, it might be a full price. But keep in mind, people, I'm weird, all right? You know, you can't take my word for it. I like weird shit like this. Yeah, I like, you know, when people try to be deep with these movies, and I like when they pull out things that you cannot, you ain't gonna see this coming.
No.
Okay, I don't care how much you try to, right now, y'all at home got formulas in front of you trying to figure out what the ending is, because I won't spoil it for you. Stop. Just save your energy, because you're not going to figure it out, okay? You just go watch the movie. And if you don't like it, then fine, you know, come throw shit at me then.
Yeah. Well, I really loved it. For me, it's absolutely a full price. It's incredibly original. It's really well made. It's not for everybody. If you're going in this expecting a schlocky horror B movie, it ain't that. But if you were someone that liked The Witch or Midsummer or Hereditary, I think this is up your alley.
Yeah. I mean, look, I'm all on A24's side, because this is where directors go who really want people to recognize their vision.
Sure.
Yeah.
This is where directors go when every studio has turned them down saying, you're crazy.
Or they don't want the studio stepping all over what they're doing.
Exactly. No, this is where directors go, where they have full autonomy over their visions and their place. Where A24 is a place where they want those different visions. They built A24 is like an insane asylum.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's the
For
house.
geniuses.
Yeah, this is the house where crazy people go to direct movies.
The A is for Arkham. Yeah. It's nuts. Did you notice how many production company logos were at the beginning of the movie?
It's one of those.
Man, it's almost, and A24 has a sense of humor, because this movie had, look, underneath it all, this movie does have a sense of humor about it.
It absolutely
It's
does.
almost like a small comedic tone done on purpose, because the beginning of the movie starts out, there was a production company. Go to Sheep Productions.
Yeah. Yep. I know what they're doing.
I knew what they were doing. I was like, man, all right, get out of here.
But
everyone, I'm sure you heard by now, Double Toasted is heading out on tour, bringing you a night of comedy, games, and some interaction with the audience out there. Get tickets by going over to doubletoasted.com or going over to X1 Entertainment. Hey, we'll see you soon. Hey everyone, support our Patreon, which helps us to continue bringing you our live streams, videos, and podcasts, while bringing you new content such as exclusive live streams and animated shorts.